Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Facebook Live. Today I'm going to talk about how to write content on a regular basis, monthly, nothing crazy, nothing insane, without actually having to use the keyboard. So myself included, there are people out there who are not writers. It's not their thing. They could be a little bit more right brain rather than left brain. For whatever reason, writing's not your thing. Or you don't have any time, right? You're crunched for time and you need to get the work done and get the content out, and it's relying on you, and you are the bottleneck. I'm sure if anybody's ever heard of that one before, you might relate. So I wanted to do a quick live on 3 tips that I recommend to create content that doesn't involve the typewriter. So the first one I'm going to talk about is, of course, voice memos. So every smartphone in today's day and age has the ability to record a voice message. Now on Apple, it is voice memo. On Android, I have no idea. I am an Apple girl, but I know it exists. I could go get my husband's and go look, but that's too much work. So when it comes to writing content, just record it. Get the voice memo app open, record it, and then you can send it to somebody. You can send it to a VA. You can send it to your marketing team. They can get it transcribed by somebody, a company called rev.com, and they will get the transcript, and then you can turn that into a blog. It's pretty much exactly what I do with these Facebook Lives. I do them, I upload them, we repurpose them, and they do become blogs. They also go on YouTube and go on a podcast and all that other kind of stuff. So that is my tip number 1, coming from somebody who also sometimes has challenges with typing. The number 2 thing is to hire it, outsource it. Of course, you can bring it in-house too and just have the content. But you can always hire an outside writer. Many content writers out there. Most marketing agencies have a content writer on team. And you'll pay anywhere from 10 to 20 cents per word, depending on the industry, in order to write your content. Alternatively, you can get the staff to write the content for you. There's probably someone on your staff who is likes to write and likes to get into the zone and do the research and do that. So that is an alternative. The downfall of both of those, like getting somebody else to write it, is that it's not your voice. So if you're trying to, it depends on your brand. If you're trying to position yourself as part of your brand and as the leader of your brand, then it really needs to be in your voice. If you are building a company where you are not your brand and you want it to be the company voice, and it's much easier to outsource. So that's kind of the deciding factor. And lastly, like I mentioned, is to do videos. So just like you could do voice memos, you can do videos like I am. Really good for social media and social media reach. You could do the Facebook Live. So what I do is I do these lives, I save the video and I send it to my team, and then they create a blog post, they create the podcast, they upload it to YouTube, and they create social media content to go and schedule it onto all of our social media platforms. So for me, it's like I have to write the brief, but I'm looking at maybe an hour of my time. But then it takes probably a couple hours of additional follow-up work that I don't have to do, that still gets it done and gets our brand out there. So it doesn't have to be a mountain. Focus on what your most important queen bee role is. If you have read the book by Clockwork by Mike Michalowicz, he refers to the queen bee role, and I highly recommend it. I'm going through it right now. It's amazing. Of course it is. All his books are. But focus on doing what you need to do in order to create your content, and then get someone else, whether it's the marketing agency, outsource, or someone on your team, to do the rest. It doesn't have to be complicated. So hopefully you enjoyed that. yeah, I made a note here, 5 hours per month is all you need for a solid content marketing plan, and that's probably being a little over generous, but I'll stick with 5 hours a month to create a marketing plan. Doesn't have to be huge, overwhelming, complicated. You just need a system and a process. So if you would like to reach out to me and find out how our actual process is, I will share with you the steps that we do step by step. I have it all laid out as a template in Teamwork for my team to do, and we do it for our other clients as well. So if that is something that interests you, just reach out to me, send me a private message, send me a DM, and I'll get you those details. Thank you everyone for watching and listening, and we will talk to you soon.